Healthcare portals and resource websites are often full of difficult yet important information for visitors. So the way they handle the presentation of this information and the way that people might access any of it is extremely important. One trauma-informed feature that has been useful on websites providing resources specifically to survivors of sexual or relationship trauma is the Quick Exit button. This component has been used and personalized by organizations like the National Domestic Violence Hotline and the National Sexual Violence Resource Center to quickly take the user to another general website, like Google, and sometimes even rewrites their URL or clears their history entirely. This is done to quickly protect the user if they find themselves in a potentially dangerous situation or with someone they don't trust with their safety. There have been studies done discussing the variability and effectiveness of these buttons, with some choosing different visual design and language depending on their brand, research, and user feedback. However, most have determined the basic necessities of this feature include clear language or iconography, and the ability to always be visible even while scrolling. Access to this button is also important to be made possible on a mobile device, as not all survivors will have access to computers of their own. This feature has generally grown in popularity amongst shelter and family service websites over the years, but there's still research being done to decide the best way to implement it and in what context to do so. It is not a feature that needs to be implemented across the internet, being not necessary in all cases, but I argue that it should be more widely used in the context of healthcare websites and portals. Sexual violence is a healthcare issue, and many resources for survivors are housed by healthcare companies and organizations. Survivors should have the process of finding support and resources be made as easy as possible by web developers and healthcare organizations. There are lots of examples of quick exit and escape buttons that have been shared openly online for developers that I would encourage you to explore. Some of these include resources from organizations like OurWave, public government pages like gov.uk design systems, and from all sorts of GitHub users. Each of these has their differences, but are simple enough to implement that they're worth becoming familiar with or bookmarking for potential future use. You can find links to the resources mentioned and other informational resources related to the Quick Exit feature in the description of this video and within this website's larger list of trauma-informed resources. Another feature that has been proven very useful in the context of a website handling sensitive or potentially confusing information, like a healthcare website, is a live chat or text hotline feature. In addition to being easy to use, this is a quick and safe way to provide resources when a verbal call may not be a safe method for the survivor. Audio options can be a great accessibility tool for many, but inaudible tools also serve a great purpose for those that are actively surrounded by abusers or by people they don't want to share private information with. This is not to be confused with AI chatbots that are often found and implemented on websites today. While AI chatbots have certain advantages over live chat features in terms of cost and 24-hour availability, live chat hotlines run by trained professionals have the ability to handle more complex and personal inquiries and are potentially going to be more trusted with private information. This is not to say that live chat or text-based features should replace call hotlines in all cases, but rather they are worth considering depending on the users you are working to design your website for.